Rocker King Black. Hey, I'm bothered. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope that everybody's doing well. Happy Saturday. What's good, Tony Stella? What's good, Sparkling Wine? Yeah, I just had got settled in from my morning at the farmer's market. If y'all ain't checked out my community wall and saw Zulu up in his cute little bow tie, y'all, he is the talk of the town. He is the talk of the town with his little bow tie. But you know, we ran our errands this morning. Then I got home and I was just perusing the YouTube streets. Just looking around, seeing what's going on up in the algorithm, seeing what's going on up in my timeline, y'all. And I figured it was time for me to come on through here with some YouTube etiquette 101. Because I guess, you know, some of us done been probating and came back, y'all. Some of us done been in jail and came back. Some of us done been here. Some of us took a break. Some of us just came through and just, sometimes whenever you have been gone for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, 6 year, sometimes you might need a little bit of a reminder of YouTube etiquette 101. Hey, YouTube cameras. Hey, Miss Dredd. Hey, Lynn T. Hey, Trina B. So that's all, y'all. So anyway, about my YouTube etiquette 101. So whenever I was perusing the YouTube streets, once I got settled and everything, I noticed, So I noticed that VS has picked up Candy Cartel's game. Why, VS? Why? Y'all. Then I had to think about it. Some people say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. So perhaps picking up Candy Cartel's game is a form of flattery, but I don't know. But this is one thing that I do know. Candy Cartel's game worked initially when she started it because she just put the players out there. And then she did lives or commentary and made us have to figure out who the players are. But when you start the game, when you imitate the game and you just go out there and give the answers to the puzzle, then you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. What's good, the Joy Queen? The reason why Candy Cartel's version of the game went so smoothly is because people had to pay attention to figure out what in the hell she was talking about. People had to pay attention to see who is player 1, who is player 2, who is player 3, who is player 4. I watched several times where Candy explained her game, and she said that she wanted people to take a look at how the players were moving without any type of personal judgment or personal bias within the situation. And so the reason why she named people player 1, player 2, player 3, player 4, and not gave out any names is so that people couldn't personally identify with the players. But then I saw the imitation of the game this morning, y'all. And the person put player 1 and told you who that person is. Player 2 told you who that person is. Player 3 told you who that person is. That defeats the purpose of the game. And that's one thing. Then it goes like, okay, why are we stealing people's content? Why are we stealing people's stuff? Candy done had this game going on easily for the new year. It might have started in late December, but definitely for the new year. And so now I'm just seeing, okay, now you just going to pick up the game and you could just going to say, this is who player 1 is. This is who player 2 is. This is who player 3 is. Well, that's not going to keep people intrigued. What's good, little boss lady? That's not going to keep people intrigued because you telling people how to play the game. The whole point is to play the game and figure it out. Then, y'all, like I said in my live late last night, y'all, the beef sector has truly changed. Some people come on here and they don't have anything else to do with themselves. So what they try to do is get on here and cause beef and drama just by lying to content creators to pit content creators against each other. And I don't know if that's the case of what somebody I don't know if that's the case of what somebody tried to do, but somebody had tried to make an issue between me and VS because maybe they went and lied to her or whatever about what I was speaking about. But that's another thing of YouTube etiquette. You cannot trust what somebody in your comments told you. If somebody in your comments or somebody that you think is a friend that you know off YouTube or whoever, if somebody comes through and jogs your memory and tells you, hey, you need to go and look at this live because XYZ was said. Before you even click on this link to come up here and try to cuss somebody out or try to threaten somebody or try to say what you are going to do and what you ain't going to do, what you should do is make sure that you allow yourself a good 5 to 10 minutes of your time to go and look at the content in question. Many times these days, somebody can't carry you a bone without a video link and a timestamp. If somebody come through and carry you a bone and they give you the video link but not the timestamp or not the clip of the video, then they could easily be lying on you or lying to you in order to make you go after other people, to make you be the source of their entertainment. Lynn T said that was actually a good idea, but I don't watch any of the original 4 players, so I never cared. Lynn T, I think that Candy's version of the game was great because I had heard everybody talk about player 1, player 2, and I really couldn't tell. And I've already been subscribed to Candy even before her game. But how I was able to catch on to the game is because Candy, that's the thing. The beauty of Candy setting up the game the way that she did was Candy allowing people to be curious about her thought process with these people. And also, she allowed people to be curious about why she even decided to number these people in the way that she did. And so I would just monitor my community wall, my community feeds, and I would see Candy be like, player 1 is live now. Y'all, I didn't know the difference between player 1, player 2, player 3, player 4 initially. And when I would see Candy put on her community wall that player 1 is live and she's saying XYZ and blah, 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 then I'm like, well, who the hell is player 1? So, y'all, then that was a game in itself because I'm like, who in the fuck is player 1 and what is Candy talking about that they live? So then I'd be scrolling through my stuff trying to figure out who is live right now. I'm like, who the fuck is live? Because Candy got on her community wall that player 1 is live. Scrolling. Almost like I'm on a damn scooter, going through the YouTube streets, going through the neighborhood on my scooter. Scootering through the YouTube streets. And then I see, wait a minute. Ooh, Kimmy is live. Is Kimmy player 1? So y'all, then by that point, I'm like, I think Kimmy is player 1. That's what I think. I think based on the way that this game is supposed to go, Kimmy might be player 1. But then that got me to sit back and think, and I'm like, well, why in the hell, what did Kimmy do to become player 1 status? That was my first question. Once I realized that Kimmy was player 1, I'm like, what in the hell has she done to become player 1 status in this game? What did she do? So then by that point, I will engage and watch Kimmy's live to figure out what in the fuck she did. And then that even goes to player 2, who was Fire Babe in Candy's game. Player 3, who was Tracy in Candy's game. Player 4, who was Misunderstood in Candy's game. And then the +1 was Rob Rack, y'all, it's some troll out here that said that the troll name is Zulu's mom is with Rob Rack. Y'all, let me find out. Rob Rack was at the damn farmers market this morning. Let me find out that Rob Rack is in Atlanta, Georgia. Let me find out. But you know, it's a troll that got Zulu's mama, which is me, is with Rob Rack. Child, I ain't never been with Rob Rack. But okay. Say what you will. Right. She just gave numbers. And I had to figure out. I was like, who in the hell is who? But I figured it out. And the beauty of Candy's game and the reason why it was pretty relevant content for about a month. Now, whether you like Candy or you don't, and hey 504, whether you like Candy or you don't, you have to really give her the credit that her game garnered a lot of interest for about 3 to 4 weeks. And that's facts. That's facts. And so once I knew who all the players were, I was able to pay attention and I was able to laugh whenever Candy would put these community wall posts about player 1 doing this, a player 2 doing this. Well, my player, which is player 4, is doing XYZ. But then Candy decided to put a potential player up in the mix. And y'all, it almost reminds me of a game of spades. What's good, Kimberly Black? A game of spades. Y'all know in spades, whenever it's time for you to count your books, you be like, I got 2 in a possible. I got 3 in a possible. Now, damn it, here come Candy Cartel coming through talking about the potential players. And this is where she started putting VS up in the mix, y'all. I love spades too. That's my favorite card game. Well, I like poker. So my favorite gambling card game is poker. When I go to the casino, I love to sit at the poker table and play poker. But my favorite just regular fun game is spades, for sure. But anyway, yeah, the possibles. Well, now Candy over there talking about we got player 1, we got player 2, we got player 3, we got player 4, and we got a potential player 4. And so now she over there talking about the possible. Don't tell me I'm talking too much, Allie. You don't want to be talking too much, child. That's you. That's not me. But anyway, so then Candy had the potential, and she put VS as the potential, and now VS done stole the game, and now VS done. Girl, I don't even know where VS came up with her game. She put the numbers out there on her community wall. She said who was number 1, who is player 1, who is player 2, who is player 3, who is player 4. Y'all, she just, how is it the game if we can't figure it out? How is it the game if you gave us all the answers already? Come on now. YouTube etiquette. First off, do not steal other people's content. Do not steal other people's ideas. But definitely don't steal other people's games and then just flip the game upside down to where it really ain't even a game. It really ain't even a game. Allie, you know something? Let me tell you something real quick, Allie. So Allie, I this new year I have actually been using that other it's like, it's not a humidifier. It is a damn, what is the name of this thing? Allie, you know what I'm talking about, the little thing that I had bought where it burns the essential oils in water. And so I done set that up in my room. I set it up in my room last year, but I didn't start using it until the new year. And I'm using the essential oils and stuff like that was sent to me, y'all. Like, everything has been so calm and serene in my living quarters, in my living space. Zulu like to look at the colors because on the little machine, whenever you click on it, it's not a machine, it's like a little gadget. Like, it's supposed to be to perfume and just sterilize the air and stuff. But he liked to just sit there and just look at the colors changing on the little machine. So whether he up in my room looking at the one that I set up in there, or if he up in the front room at the one set off here. Yeah, the oil diffuser. Thank you. Thank you, Quick on the juice. The oil diffuser. Yes, thank you, 504. He loved to look at the colors, y'all. And I said, if I only knew that this dog liked to just look at this dang on thing in the colors, I would have been using it. I would use it every day. And so that's what I've been doing. But yeah, the YouTube etiquette. We should not steal each other's games. We should not steal each other's sayings. We should not steal each other's phrases. We should not steal content from each other, because that's how you get a copyright strike. We should not go into the YouTuber sphere and actually take possession of things that don't belong to us. We should not come through and just got off probation and threaten to call other people's probation officers. We should not do that. If you just got off probation, you should not be nowhere in the YouTube sphere threatening to call somebody's probation officer. What we should not do is threaten to kill each other, y'all. YouTube etiquette 101. We should not be coming on here barking and talking a loud game, trying to intimidate. We should not leave YouTube for 3 years and come back 3 years later and expect that nobody changed. This is my problem with this thing. Even though, y'all, I have to say, I've been thoroughly entertained watching VS fall out with all of her people, y'all. The fact is, the more that I watch, I believe that she expected these people not to change or evolve over 3 years. 3 years is a long time. What's good, District 12? 3 years is a very long time. Y'all think about a little newborn baby and what that newborn baby is able to accomplish in the course of 3 years. The newborn baby is able to hold the bottle on its own, able to hold his head up, able to sit up, able to stand up, able to crawl around, able to walk around, able to run, able to speak a couple of words, able to form a sentence, able to say all of these things over the course of 3 years. But then people really expect other people to not change and not evolve over the course of 3 years. Make that make sense. VS didn't feel like some of these people should have changed their position. And don't get me wrong, I'm here for her putting all the facts out there that she got receipts for. I'm here for that, because I would like to know as well. But people do change, because 3 years is a very long time. It is. It truly is. Even to the point to where she didn't think that people was going to change. Then people said, yeah, I am changed. Then people said, I've been redeemed. Y'all, people coming through singing gospel songs and all this kind of stuff. People coming through trying to explain themselves. People coming through trying to double down on the stuff that they went through. And I'm just like, come on now. But after 3 years, I will hope that you have changed. And I will hope that you wouldn't expect people to stay the same. That's YouTube etiquette. 3 years, 3 physical years in YouTube time is probably the equivalent of about 15 years, y'all. Would y'all agree? Haven't y'all heard people say, if you miss one day off YouTube, then it feel like you done missed about 2 weeks? Haven't y'all heard people say that in the past? So imagine being in a position where you have to miss 3 years off this motherfucker. Then when you do come back, wouldn't that be the equivalent of you missing about 15 years of what done went on? What done went on? Child. In one week on YouTube, you will see so many different scenarios and so many different things happening to so many different people and all of this. And it'll feel like 1 month that went by. Meanwhile, all it was 1 week on YouTube. So I say all that to say you can't expect people to be the same. If you coming back and you don't want people to expect that you are the same or assume that you are the same, then it is very unfair for you to think that everybody else who was here are still the same. If you feel like you possess the ability to change over 3 years, and we should understand that, and we should try to give you the benefit of the doubt to see your change and your progress, then you have to realize that other people have changed too. So a lot of these tactics from 3 years ago ain't gonna work. Please like my video, y'all. Please. It's not gonna work. But so Brianna done changed. Nika done changed. Bless done changed. Chopper done changed. I mean, if we're going to really look at it for face value, the whole Mess Express, everybody done changed and going about their own way except for VS. Except for VS. Is it like a time warp, y'all? Is it like time travel? Was she able to get up in like a time traveling machine and go back? But the only person that was up in the time traveling machine was her. Yeah, the sector has changed. That's why I named this YouTube Etiquette. In the course of the 3 years that VS was gone, people have found new alliances. People have found new YouTube ships. People have found new content creators that they like and care to support. People have found new situations and circumstances in which they care. People have found new sectors that they prefer to be in. People have found new people that they actually care about on a personal level. All of this is change and growth. People over 3 years, people have realized something that mattered to me 3 years ago don't even matter to me today. People have determined that, yes, 3 years ago I gave a damn about this person or this circumstance, but 3 years later I don't give a damn at all. In 3 years, people have been stuck in their homes and forced to commingle and coexist with people that perhaps once upon a time they did not like. In the course of 3 years, when that pandemic first hit, when we was all right here with it, y'all, so many people had to sometimes put their judgment aside in this YouTuber sphere, in my Abek voice. In this YouTuber sphere, many of the people that you couldn't stand 3 years ago came on here with a sob story because, hey, my son passed away. Hey, my daughter is sick with COVID. Hey, my mother has died. Hey, my father needs a transplant. Hey, I need XYZ. Hey, my health is failing. Hey, I need a little bit of donations. Hey, I need a little bit of help. Many of these people have done that. And sometimes, what's good, Angie and Love Blake? Sometimes, in Tabby Cat and Man Boobs and everybody, it takes for you to look past 3 years ago and say that if this person is vulnerable enough to get on here and ask for help, they must really need it. That's called change. In the course of 3 years, people that couldn't even stand one another broke bread. Okay, you got this financial situation going on. Well, I will donate you some money, even though you did me the way you did. Oh, well, you got this going on within your family. Well, I will donate to you, even though you did me the way you did. which then, of course, made people who did the wrong things come through and apologize. Now, I still can't understand why Nika never apologized to Shelly about giving VS her Shelly's kid stuff. Now, that I'll never get, y'all. Can't nobody make me understand that, but it is what it is. But the fact is, over the course of them 3 years, people's differences had to be put to the side. And people started viewing each other in a different lens. Because the sector still continued. The fact that anybody on this application could think that a sector would stop with them. And not just VS. It ain't even just VS. It's a lot of people, even Phi Babe. Me and Phi Babe on a good path. But even Phi Babe, once upon a time, she left the sector and she really thought that this sector was going to stop because she stopped making commentary. That's not true. Life still goes on. Even with VS being gone, the sector didn't stop. The sector actually merged with other sectors and now these new people. What's good, L7? And Love Blake. No, I have not reached out to D-Cop. And let me just do a sidebar up in this live to speak to Love Blake and D-Cop. So Love Blake, you can give this message to D-Cop. I don't plan to do any collaboration with D-Cop because when D-Cop thought that I had actually been arrested, D-Cop was the first one on the panel with Joyce Vlogs and Shelly trying to speak negatively of me. And that was only like 2 or 3 weeks ago. That wasn't even a whole month ago. When for whatever reason, D-Cop believed the lies of me having an arrest. And D-Cop went on these platforms of people that she know don't like me. And she engaged in these conversations. But with her being a retired police officer, she called herself giving her expertise, her professional expertise about the fact that I had been arrested and I had been this and I had been that and all of this. And she just did that at the beginning of February. So for her to even think that she could even ask me to do a lesbian panel with her, she better take her whole lips and kiss my fat ass. She better take her whole lips, kiss my fat ass before she even thinks that I would engage on a panel with her. And when I tell you that she's gonna have to kiss my fat ass, I mean, she's gonna have to kiss my fat ass with chapped lips. Don't even put no Carmex on. Don't put no chapstick on. Don't put no EOS on. Don't put no Vaseline on your lips. No, I want you to have your chapped ass lips, and I want you to kiss my fat ass. That's what I want you to do. You could tell her to come look at my video and give her the minute mark. Because I didn't say no. I said she could kiss my fat ass. That's what I said. Hey, Houston, Texas, Sweden. Hey, Mitri. For her to run around here for about a week or two perpetuating a lie that I was arrested and locked up and all this type of bullshit. But now she wants somebody to be on a damn panel with her. Absolutely not. Watch how you treat a motherfucker, D-Cop. Watch how you treat a motherfucker. Because I know as long as I done been on this YouTube streets, I ain't had nothing negative to say about you. But for whatever reason, you feel so comfy cozy with Shelly and Joyce to where you talked all this bullshit about me. And now I see you sending Love Blake for me to be on your lesbian panel and all this kind of stuff. You got to be out your motherfucking mind. D-Cop, the way you tried me, you got a better chance of one of your deceased ex-wives showing up on that panel before I do. You have a better chance of one of them two wives that you buried to show up on your motherfucking lesbian panel before I decide to show up on that motherfucker. So don't send nobody over here to ask me about that bullshit again, because my answer is no. No. The nerve. People got some motherfucking nerve. But anyway, y'all, I just had to address that because I saw Love Blake. Love Blake hit me up with that message. I saw Love Blake had put that up in Tita's chat. I saw Love Blake had put that in Tita's comments. I saw Love Blake had put that up in my comments on the old video, and I just ignored it. But D-Cop got to be out her motherfucking everlasting mind. If she think that she could do people that way, and she think that people going to collaborate with her after the fact of what she tried to do. Meanwhile, nobody did anything to her. She can keep going along and getting along with the people that she been going along and getting along with, and she ain't got to ever worry about me collaborating in a motherfucking thing that she do on her motherfucking platform. Nope. 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 And hell no. What's good, Elaine? But yeah, y'all. So anyway, now that I got that out the way. Hey, Jen the Goddess. Now that I got that out the way. But yeah, so it's a lot of stuff that has changed with people. And no, the change was not intentional. The change was gradual. Many changes that I've seen with so many different people has just been gradual change, because 3 years is a very long time. So you cannot come through and expect that the YouTube that you left is the same YouTube that you're going to come back to see. And please like my video. You cannot come here and expect the same exact thing. You can't expect people to be the same exact way. But one thing's for sure is you do. When you have to be away, you have to relearn everything. Relearn the new players. Relearn the new people. Relearn the new experiences and stuff like that. You know? In that 3 years, I done fell out with Nika like twice. And now me and Nika okay right now. And I'm fine with that. As long as Nika let me be, I'll let her be. In the course of that 3 years, how many times did me and Brianna was beefing and dragging each other? Easily about 5 or 6 times in the course of 3 years. But now we in a situation where we cool. Now Chop I don't fool with. Me and Bless Watkins bumped heads about 2 or 3 times in the course of the 3 years. And me and Bless Watkins just left on the note to where I ain't got nothing to say to her. She ain't got nothing to say to me. Because I'm tired of old people trying to tell me some bullshit. And that's why I had to tell Bless. I said, old people. Had to tell her that and Paulette Waters. But, you know, I done been on the same panel with Paulette Waters since then. And me and Paulette, we okay. But, yeah, it's like old people just be really wanting to do all this preachy stuff. And I'm just like, I be goddamn. But there is an etiquette of YouTube, y'all. Especially when you have gone away. Because when you have missed 3 years on YouTube, that is truly the equivalent of 15 years of information. And people going back and forth. and people coming to a common ground, people having a peace of mind, all of these types of things. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, that was on my mind to really speak about the etiquette. And I honestly think if you're going to steal somebody's game, give them credit for it. But even if you steal the game, make sure you understand what made the game successful in the first place. And what made Candy's game successful in the first place, VS, was the fact that she didn't let anybody know who the players were. You just had to be mindful of her community wall and figure it out. What's good, baby daddy? And figure it out. That was the whole point of the game. Yep, Mitri said it's like a soap opera. Miss a day, miss a week. Right. And imagine missing 3 years and then coming back and thinking everything is the same as what you left it. Child, that's delusion if I ever heard of it. You miss 3 years and you come back and you think everybody that you left behind is the same. No. That's delusional. But yeah, so yeah, I'm just interested to see what's going to happen. I've been up in the clouds pretty much wherever the crowd is. I'm up in the clouds there somewhere. And I'm just listening, looking, and taking my notes, y'all. Baby daddy, hush with that bull mess. Hush with the bull mess. What's good, L Blue? L7 said, exactly. That was the biggest part of the puzzle, trying to figure out the players. Right. But VS picked up the game, and now she done told everybody who the players are. And it's like, okay, well, what's the point of the game then? But that's where you got to pay attention. Pay attention to how people have done stuff. Which can't nobody take that away from VS. The fact that she showed that in the course of her being back for like 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks or whatever, and she done made almost $1,000 on this motherfucker, and that was through memberships. Y'all, can't nobody knock her for being able to make her money on here. Can't nobody knock her for that. If you knocked her for it, you would truly be hating her for it. You would be a hater. But I have to say, when you trying to delve into these other things, you really got to take your time and observe. That's the difference right now between this new beef sector and the old beef sector. Old beef sector, it was a lot of word of mouth. People will tell you about somebody up in the sector and be like, oh, well, that person did XYZ. That person had a video about this. That person had a video about that. And people believe the bullshit instead of just going and look at the video themselves. The difference now is it ain't no word of mouth now. No. You're going to have the receipt. If you trying to accuse me of saying XYZ, put the receipt of where I said it. It's a different playing field right now. It's a different. You know, Lynn T, she has been. I don't knock her for her YouTube money. But that's one of the things. That's why I make sure that I don't have to depend on YouTube money. I don't need no YouTube money. I mean, once I reapply for my monetization, you know, when I was monetized, y'all, my YouTube money was like for my cell phone bill, gas up in my car, you know, little bitty shit. But I never depend on YouTube money to be my end all to be all. No. Because I said this many years ago. If this application shut down today, if it went bankrupt, if the server went down, if anything happened to this application, it's a lot of people who would lose their motherfucking minds. It's a lot of people on here who will lose their homes. It's a lot of people who will lose their cars. It's a lot of people who would lose everything. All because they have become dependent on this application being readily available for them to use. And I'm never going to put myself up in that situation. Absolutely not. This application could be thrown in the ditch or thrown in the water, or the server could be shot down or whatever. What's good, free thinker? Server could be shot down or whatever, and I'm still going to be okay. But it's a lot of people, y'all. Even if YouTube just decided to strip their channel. I mean, we done seen so many people get their channel stripped. Where they wake up one morning and all of a sudden, guess what? All your videos gone, your channel deleted, all this. Now you got to start over. You do, Linty. You absolutely do. And so for the people who actually truly depend on this, God bless you. And I mean that with the sincerest part of my heart. God bless you. I ain't hating on you. They used to say it in the 90s. See, you wouldn't want to be you. If you depending on YouTube alone, child, I don't want to be you. So that's all I'm saying. But I'm happy that VS got her money on here, you know. But even they said that one of the CEOs of YouTube, the lady, she stepped down. I can't think of that lady's name, y'all. But in my timeline, I saw so many people just passing that around about the CEO stepping down. And they said that the CEO was stepping down because it was a lot of adversity coming onto the company of Google and YouTube. And there was potentially some lawsuits and things like that, allegedly going on behind the scenes. And the lady stepped down from her position. So if the lady is stepping down from her position about this site can't be that stable, y'all. If they were that stable, why in the course of the last 3 to 6 months did they change from them only taking 30% of people's AdSense to now they taking 45%? And y'all best believe if this site find themselves into some more trouble, allegedly, then that 45% that they are now taking away might just turn unto 60%. To where then the content creator only getting 40% of what they earn, and YouTube and Google getting 60% of everything that is earned. Yeah, it's at 45% now. They went from taking 30% of people's AdSense checks for the clicks, the views, the cash, not the cash outs, but the clicks, the views, and the super chats. And now they are taking 45%. And I can only imagine that if anything else goes downhill from them, they'll move that 45% to 60%. Then that 60% might later on become 80%. Before you know it, you ain't gonna make a motherfucking dime on here. But people putting all their eggs in this basket and depending on it. And for that, I feel sorry for you. I don't want to be you. And I'm glad that I'm not you. But either way, y'all know I keep these lives short and sweet. So I just wanted to come through. Yeah, it's 45% they taking away now, free thinker. So anytime you do a super chat to somebody, just know that 50% of that is going away to the other person. Hence why the last recent super chats that I did was only $10. Because I knew YouTube is going to take $5 of them, so at least the content creator can get $5. Now, when you super chat people, you got to think of it like that. If you giving them $20, then you know 10 of them dollars going to YouTube. The other 10 go to the content creator. When you get bold and you want to show out on here and give $100, just know $50 going to Google and YouTube, and $50 going to go to that content creator. So that's what they doing now. They changing things around. And I can only imagine. What's good, Octavius? Hey, Miss B-Town Hester. I could only imagine that they making these changes for a damn good reason. So y'all be mindful and be careful. But thank y'all for joining me. Please like the video. If you catching the replay, like the video. Y'all take care. Be blessed. Don't stress. Thank y'all so much for the continuous support. I appreciate y'all. Bye.